Hello there, and welcome back to another battle replay. This is the Siberian here, and we are having the American Revolution. Look at that, Betsy Ross's flag. These Minutemen. In all seriousness, though, we are going up against the British. Joelius Cesar is commanding the British this episode. I am commanding the United States, and yeah, this was a fun one, and this is me experimenting using light infantry more efficiently and effectively. I guess those are kind of two in the same. But yeah, here we go, kicking it off. So I guess I'll do the classic. Oh, I guess I should walk through the army composition. I think I forgot to do that last time. Also, microphone's still busted. So, yeah, sorry. Anyways, here we are. I have 4 light infantry as my, skirmishing force. I have, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Minutemen and 4 line infantry. 2 12-pounder artilleries on this left flank, with a regiment of horse on the left, a regiment of horse in reserve, and I think 2 regiment of horse on the right flank. So this combo actually turns out to be a pretty good build if you want to copy it. It's not bad. You could swap out 12-pounders with howitzers if you feel that would be necessary. I thought about that, but I ended up not going for it. So yeah, let's do it. This is like my go-to strategy on this map, but the only difference is I'm making more effective use. Oh, I have an ad on my music. There we go. Let's see. I'm making more effective use of my light infantry as a screen. So light infantry going up, and I'm trying to keep space between these two. A decent amount of space, because I'm thinking howitzers. I know Joelius likes those howitzers to come in and bombard. And if I can scout with my light infantry, who are more spread out and have less troops, I'll take a lot less casualties from his artillery than if I moved up my line too close and let them be spotted. So that was kind of my keep a good distance between these two. Meanwhile, I have cav going around on the right, just kind of to scout. 1 cav in reserve back here somewhere, and then infantry and artillery to take this height. There's a ridge right here that lets me arc shots, well, not arc them, but fire shots over to a whole host of these defensive positions. So that was my thinking, and yeah, I don't want to take too long on the strategies, or the tactics rather. But we'll just dive into the action. Don't mind me, I just gotta eat a gummy worm. Nothing like gummy worms and coffee in the morning. Sorry, that sounds disgusting. Yeah, so here we go. A nice rainy day, even though I set the weather to dry. I'm not sure why it was rainy, but it's alright, it happens. Light infantry advancing. I think I spotted some of his light infantry, and he put up stakes. So now I'm thinking, oh, he's holding this hill, which is a tough one to take, to say the least. Nice. Is he British? Yeah, he's British. Look at those. Oh, that's right, because I'm the US. I just played today a 2v1 where it was like a reinforcement scenario. It was a lot of fun. So that one will be coming out in the next few days for sure. It was on the same map too. And boy was it bloody. Alright. Well, while we're just advancing, I'll put it into speed up a little. Just until stuff starts happening. I'm scouting on the left flank here with this regiment of horse because my artillery kind of outpaced my infantry, so I don't want to get any surprises. So I'm sending up to scout, and I'm thinking if this is all clear, I'll set up the cannons up here and have a really good angle to fire down. But I didn't think it would be undefended, but thought I would give it a shot to at least check. Oh, and there we go. I spotted his infantry defending the heights. And I halt my cavalry. And here's some of his artillery. Taking, I think, shots at my, oh, there's some light infantry. And my cavalry, oh no. They were in solid shots, so it didn't do as much as it could have. But still, it's an inconvenience. I have to go run and hide my cav. Meanwhile, I got this long line of light infantry stretching off forever into the distance. Look at that. No flags to give them away. So my new plan was move up my artillery onto this hill, move my infantry up in front of them, and then bombard them with artillery, and then assault with infantry and take this hill right here. Because that will undermine this whole position. But in order to have all that time to set up and do all that, I knew I had to feint like I was attacking the central area. So I start moving all my infantry forward. Yeah, look at that. In the rain. Now you can see the distant British. Oh, they look so funny because they're floating. Good stuff. Oh yeah, and we were all fighting with the EEM 2.2. I'm actually working on a 2.3 because I've been finding some small errors in 2.2. But that's part. Also, this week, I don't know if this is coming out before or after the dev diary, probably before, but I hit some snags with the mod, the next update. So some of my progress got lost. And I had it backed up a little bit, so it's not like completely gone, but it's just not ideal. Ooh, a brutal explosion. And I'm running my troops forward, and his are ringing the heights. Oh. Did they survive that? I think we ran right under it. Now I think he had a mortar. So I was trying to get close so that this mortar is ineffective, because if you're at close range it doesn't do much good. And the howitzers can fire the explosive shot, but they're not accurate at all with it. And like you can see, it almost hit his own troops. So I was just trying to get close enough where howitzers are a little less effective. Or not howitzers, mortars. And so the battle commences. Meanwhile, artillery is holding fire, but it's set up. I'm just moving my infantry up to assault that hill. These guys really were just a distraction to make it feel like I was attacking this point. You can zoom in and look, so you can see my 4 light and my 5 militia back there. The thing about these troops, though, is they're very vulnerable to cav. And I think Joelius recognized this, and I tried to put out stakes, I think, but there's nowhere near in time. And just trampling them. I did withdraw the rest and pulled up my Minutemen, who cannot form square, but they can give good volleys. Honestly, if he had committed maybe a little bit more with this cav, he probably could have gotten a good number of kills, or maybe even a big rout, but I had to send over some of my cav to counter. Taking pot shots at the cavalry. And that does actually quite a bit of kills. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna catch 1 or 2 stakes. 2 stakes. Alright, that's not the worst. I'm just trying to break this enemy cav unit, which we achieved, the Americans. And now I was committed. If I tried to withdraw, I was gonna lose a lot of cavalry just to being shot, and then they'll be tired. So I just decided to follow up on the heels of the enemy cav and charge in. Look at that. But my cav breaks. I must fall back. But I'm able to reform my light infantries and pull back my militia. And meanwhile, we are starting the attack. I don't think I've hit this yet, though. We'll look at it. So I thought, oh, I'll have a good chance here, and then I noticed he actually defended this really well. He's got these Hessians and some howitzers over here. So I tried targeting the howitzers, and I actually got 2 of them. Wow. I'm surprised they didn't immediately break. Oh, they did. Okay. So that was a really big win for me. But despite that, he puts up a really dogged defense on that hill. Meanwhile, the light infantry still shooting. They can shoot at these guys without getting return fire, which is good. We are moving up into close range. Beautiful. The British, although these are colonial troops, so they're not the cream of the crop of the British. And here's their Hessians. So these like hired troops are still doing really well to defend this hill. As we shall see. They have some their very good line infantry as well. Oh, and he had cav. Where did the cav go? Yeah, his cav got a charge on my cannons. He had it really sneaky, hidden in this little thing of trees, and once I committed my infantry, he went for it, which was perfect. Timed it perfectly. And there goes my advantage on this side. And that's all the artillery I brought. So that was a really big blow to me. And now I was getting worried, because I'm no longer winning on the side where I was supposed to be winning. This cav is moving. I think I do form square. Turn those ones to fire on them and form those into square. They don't quite get set, but they still get a bit of a bonus, and these guys are very tired as well, so. My poor artillery. It's pretty. So this fight on the American left flank, we managed to hold off the cavalry, but man, are we in a world of hurt. They got the high ground. We're getting flanked by this light infantry, which was hidden in the trees and held its fire. Now I'm charging it, but I don't think that works. Yeah, they just fall back. So I'm getting totally out-generaled here. Meanwhile, this side is still just holding. I've got my Minutemen in the back, but now the Minutemen are coming in to plug this gap. I'm thinking maybe I can drive a wedge right up between here. Luckily, this horse broke right off the map. And these light infantry are able to harass these line infantry without taking return fire. I mean, these ones are, because they're closer, but these ones aren't. And they're soaking up artillery fire, which otherwise would be very devastating. I'm also sneaking a unit of cav way around the flank. He sent in a cav unit right here. Excuse me. Gets a nice flanking charge. I think my guys break fairly quick here. I wasn't really paying attention. I think I was managing that battle, or this one right here. Good flanking charge. I wasn't paying attention. These guys are getting charged. But I do order them to attack, and they get some good shots off at point blank. And hold their own and drive off that last unit. I still have 2 Minutemen in reserve there. And this one is moving up. My infantry broke though, and is now taking heavy losses. Taking mortar fire. It's a hard thing to endure. These guys keep breaking and reforming. I'm pushing my advantage. He's withdrawing up the hill a little bit. Trying to just plug this gap here. This is a good move, moving your infantry forward. I like it, being a little aggressive. Still just kind of slowly marching my cav around the perimeter. He does have stakes all along here, but there's a little gap right here. Oh, there actually isn't, but I run through it anyways. Wow. Later on, you'll see. Alright, so I'm pulling back the light infantry. You can see I suffered a decent amount of casualties, but I think I gave out better than I got. Maybe. Pretty close, anyways. These guys are breaking. Look at this. Just the artillery fire kept breaking my line infantry. That's pretty cool though, like the hill wreathed in smoke. And now his line infantry are chasing off this unit so it won't recover. Smart move. I'm in desperate straits here, as you can see. I really need to take out some artillery. Find some way to dislodge him from this hill. Broken, steady. I got two line infantry left. And this is where I have an opportunity. So I still have this unit, pretty much full health. A couple horses have dropped, but it's fresh. And now he's moving forward. Now, this is in theory a good move because it's light infantry, you got it close to range. But he doesn't quite time up the protection needed for this light infantry and for the cannons quite right, as we shall see soon, maybe. I just am playing the delay game, fall back, fire a volley, fall back. Here I sent a cav charge in to take pressure off my line infantry, but he forms square. And yeah, brutal. My horsemen are unable to break the square and break, well, I try and just withdraw them. Excuse me. Almost got a successful withdrawal, but not quite. It did psych these guys out, which is good, I guess. That's a pretty cool shot, actually. Ready? Ooh, it doesn't like it. So many bodies to render all at once. But I like it. And if I take a screenshot of it, it'll look pretty. Withdrawing my light infantry and forming up my Minutemen here. Trying to pull together a semblance of some people, but some of my artillery reformed and I was able to bring them back to their cannons, so that's good. Now my cav is breaking off the map. Line infantry boldly marching forward for Great Britain, and I thought I was done at this point. Like, he outnumbers me, he has the high ground, he has artillery. All those are the main deciding factors when it comes to this game, or at least this mod. And he was charging. These guys weren't set to retreat, but here comes the turning point. I kill some of my own troops. That's alright. I kill more of his. And look at that number drop. And I quickly broke them. If I hadn't broken that unit, this whole game would have gone very different. That one unit was the key. And without pausing, I noticed, oh, this is light infantry. I can destroy that with cav. And I sent this unit, it's still pretty fresh, it's only winded now, to break the light infantry. This is a good move, moving over the line infantry. I would have just formed square though, because charging them in makes them more likely to break, and they do. So I got a decisive chain route because that opened up this whole spot. As you can see, I sacrificed the front row of this. I realized, oh, there was stakes there, but it was too late now. And this unit is just being impressive. This was the MVP right here. Caused this chain route. Now, one of his units did end up recovering back here, and I have to chase it down, but this cav, the U.S. cavalry, saving the day. Get another one to take out the artillery. That one that suicided on some stakes. They get a good cav charge into the artillery. And I just went from, oh gosh, I'm gonna die, to I have a chance. I actually have a good chance. I used these light infantry to pester this one. Let's check out some of them. I'm just kind of running my cav around, getting as many good little charges in as I can. I'd have to say probably the area I'm best at in this game is cavalry. Finding where and when to use it is probably my biggest strength in multiplayer battles. Cav is very useful, or if you don't use it well, it's just of no use at all. It's a very interesting thing. I do have a bit of a flank here, which is good. I was nervous about leaving them here because they were breaking a lot, and that's really near the edge of the map, but I decided to just go with it. And now I'm trying to reform some of the infantry. This one is withdrawing? Yeah. Trying to withdraw, maybe snipe my general or something. So this hill will become the last stand, which is funny because in my 2v1 playthrough we play on this map, and that also becomes the last stand hill. The Minutemen bravely defending their home. Actually, this is Bavaria, so I don't know why we're fighting in Bavaria, but good times. Man, this is a good, I don't know where this artillery was or how he saved it, but that was a good move. Because that set these guys to wavering, shaken, and shaken. No, there's just two, wavering, shaken. So, that assault is not going very well. But now I have the advantage. I have cavalry still. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 infantry / militia, and another 2 on this side. He has 1, 2, 3. So it's like 2 to 1 numbers wise. And I have 4 cannons, he has 2. So it's about maybe 5 to 1 with the cavalry. Well, there's this one unit, but not going to count it because they don't really do anything. Also, I have these 2 light infantry, but I don't think I end up using them at all. So I start with a push on this side, but things don't go great. We can watch it. Maybe. It's a nice wide shot. Got an American flag and a British flag. A good volley though to answer. Howitzer. The howitzer had to fall back due to artillery fire. The hill is getting a smoky feeling to it. I was hoping my artillery would be a deciding factor on this flank. Meanwhile, starting to move up. These guys, I think I forgot to turn them on fire at will. No, they are. There they go. And moving up more Minutemen and more Minutemen. The Brits are winning, which makes sense. They have their superior training when it's a 1v1 here. Let's see, 240. 220, 180, 240. Okay, so I think we are outnumbered overall. But we also have artillery. And look at that. Great move. Charging down, and he breaks both of those. I would start shifting this way if I was him, but I'm sure he gets to that. The Hessians bravely holding this side of the hill. Yep, there they go. Took some casualties, but the British are holding on to the last artillery hill, we call it. These are the howitzers. I feel like the music got quieter, but oh well. We don't need music. The muskets are music. Yes, look at that. Beautiful sight. Meanwhile, moving these guys up through the trees. Get some flanking fire. Maybe? Yeah, here we go. Very nice. British though are undaunted, and I was daunted. I have militia after all. But I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna move them out of the way. I got these ones rested fairly well. Oh, there's a little skirmish going on over here. I'm gonna charge some cab up. And here it goes. The cab charge. He started to form square, so I halted them. Started to withdraw, wait for him to hit the button again. Into line. And then charge them again. So some trickery. Yeah. Started to form a line. And I was able to get the charge in there. I did fire a volley. I guess it was mostly on this side. That's alright. Probably should have just charged all these guys. But it still broke them. That's the important thing. Now the Hessians are wavering and the Colonials are taking cannon fire. Is that my general back there? Yeah. Alright, I'm advancing. Oh, that was a brutal cannon shot. That might break them. Yeah, it did. And now it's just these Hessians who are taking fire from multiple angles. I guess there's a light infantry over there. What brave men. Oh, are they gonna go out heroically with a charge down the hill? Oh, no, they couldn't take it. Couldn't take the heat. And there it goes, the last of the British resistance. And there was the game. I deployed quite a few more with the militia, the Minutemen militia. It's very useful that way. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that battle replay. I'll get back to the Austria campaign here soon. I'm just having a lot of fun playing battles again, so it might be a little bit longer. We'll see. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying. Hit the like, subscribe, you know the drill. And I will catch you on the next one.